Have you ever wondered why you're an asshole? Well, I'm here to tell you, many of us have. And for me, the reason I've decided to make videos about this is because I'm an expert. Not only have I wondered why I'm an asshole, other people have asked me why I'm an asshole. And so I figured I could come to this channel that I've been working on for so long, um, and bring that information to you, my fellow assholes. If you don't know me, my name is Sara Young. I'm an artist, a writer, a teacher, and I dabble in a lot of other things. Um, for a long time, I've been using this channel to spread joy, bring hope, spread love, build community, because I thought that's what everybody needed most. And I think that it's still something everybody needs, but I forgot that I have one quality that most people probably have but don't know they have. And therefore, it helps me to relate to other people. And that is my ability to see what an asshole I am. So, if you know any assholes, send my content to them. I think there's a lot of us who know we're assholes but are afraid to admit it. And I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say assholes are not horrible people, right? Assholes are not evil. Assholes are people who feel pain, feel doubt, feel regret, and instead of processing those emotions, throw them outside of themselves on people around them, on the world, on their animals, whatever. So, assholes aren't horrible people. Assholes are just people who, if they processed the things they were feeling instead of externalizing them, would become better people. Maybe less assholes, less assholish, if you will. So, today I'm going to talk about how to know if you're an asshole. One way I figured it out is that I would have conversations with people, and very often in the middle of those conversations, people would just start crying. I would very often be taken by surprise. But I came to see that I was saying things to people that hurt their feelings. And very often it was things that I thought they needed to hear. Like, well, I'm being honest. They need to know this. So I took it upon myself to say things to people that maybe they weren't ready to hear, or maybe weren't even true. Maybe projections of how I was feeling about them. I mean, there's so many examples I can't actually generalize. So this is one way to know if you're an asshole. Now, there are other ways to know. But the best, most unifying theme for assholes is that there's a pain or an emptiness inside. And so if you have that and if you feel that, you could be an asshole. And if you're interested in moving through that and feeling better about yourself and having a better life and having better relationships, follow me. Because I'm going to be making a video every week, a long form video every week about how to be less of an asshole. And I'll probably be making some shorts too. Quick tips for assholes is probably what I'll call them. Because we're we're right now in a society or in a social situation where we're not really encouraged to examine our feelings. We're not rewarded for being kind. Um, and very often, cruelty is rewarded, uh, competitiveness is rewarded. Um, and that leaves us feeling, as I said, not well, not, with an emptiness or a ball of pain inside us that we try and medicate with pot or alcohol or food or whatever. And again, no judgment because I'm an expert at being an asshole. I've seen it all. I've done it all. I am not blaming anybody for anything. I am not saying you're horrible. I'm saying if you're an asshole like me, or, an asshole in recovery, as I like to say, there are things we can all do together that'll help us improve, feel better about ourselves, help that empty feeling go away, help that ball of pain that we have inside lessen. Um, it's not easy to do this stuff. it's not a quick fix. You can't take a pill. You can't go to sleep one night and wake up in the morning all better. But your relationships will improve. Your relationship with yourself will improve. Your life will get better. All because you won't be doing things that assholes do. And if there's one truth I can tell you about my own experience of being an asshole, you really don't ever win. Because no matter what you do, if you one up someone or, you know, in some way are cruel to someone to shut them down, you don't really walk away feeling good about yourself. And um, the world needs less assholes, generally speaking. When I went around the country these last 2 months talking to people about love, joy, and hope, I talked to a lot of people who were deeply affected by assholes. And I get a lot of questions like, what do I do when people look at me like I'm a disease? What do I do when people are cruel to me? What do I do? How do I handle complete, complete cruel treatment for no apparent reason than how I look or who I am? And these are the questions that I can't help a person who's been wrongly treated badly anywhere near as much as I can help the person who just did that to that person, right? Because I've been in that person's role much more often than I've been the target. I've been a target for sure, but I've been the person who's been flinging the arrows way more often. And so I thought I could use my expertise to help other people, assholes, not be so cruel, not be so heinous, not be so horrible. So again, if you know an asshole, send them this video. Like, share, subscribe. Um, I'll be coming at you once a week with the longer form videos, a few times a week with shorter videos. For today, I'll just say that if you have a sneaking suspicion that you might be an asshole, you probably are. And I'm here for you. I'm here without judgment, obviously. And I'm here with solutions because I have, for the most part, worked through that. I will see you next time. Again, I'm Sara Young, and I'm here to help you to not be such an asshole.